Om Namah Shivaya, children. In our last two videos, we read about land resource and soil resource. Today, we'll start with water resource. Now, when I say about water, you know, in our house, every day, whatever we use in everything, water is our essential need. Yes or no? Water is the lifeline for each and every living organism, whether it is wildlife, whether it is a plant or human being. For everyone, it is a lifeline. And again, it is a natural resource. Water is used for domestic use, industries, cultivation. 97% accounts for salt water. Only 2.5% exist as fresh water. So children, as we know that earth is surrounded by water on three parts and one part is land. So since the coverage of ocean and sea is more, availability of fresh water is very less. And we are having a very vast population. So as per the growing population, the availability of fresh water is very, very much minimal. So children, it is very essential for us to understand the water resource and how we can stop the water pollution or water scarcity and conserve the water for us. Now see children, you go to bigger city. Now you are in a state called Odisha where you get 24 hours, 365 days water supply. But you go to places or cities like Bombay, Delhi, metropolitan cities, you will see they get water in the morning for 2 hours and in the afternoon for 2 hours. And the whole day they have to preserve it with buckets and use it. So water scarcity in big metro cities have increased much at higher rate. Why? Because the growing population is much over there. So it is children, it is very essential for us to understand the the importance of water resource. Water scarcity. Now, why there is a scarcity of water? One important reason I already said you, that growing population. Simple example, children. At our home, suppose you, your father, your mother, and your sister or brother are staying. So 4 person. Now, to your home, 4 more person or your relative will come for 2 to 3 days. So the amount of food that your mother was cooking will be much higher because first she used to make for 4 people. Now 4 more relatives came to your house. In the same way, the use of water will be also more, consumption will be more. So children, just like that, since the population is increasing and the water available to us or the fresh water that is required for us is minimal or is very less as compared to the population, so there is a water scarcity. Water scarcity is posing an alarming rate. Lack of sufficient available water resource to meet the demand of water usage within a region. Just now I told you children, sufficient available water resource. The amount of water that is required for us and the demand that we have is much higher than the availability. Now you go to a shop, you want 5 packets of biscuit, but at the shop there is only 2 packets. So your demand is for 5 packets, but the availability of the biscuit in the shop is 2 packets. So what happened? Your demand is more, availability is less. In the same way, water or fresh water that we have is very less, but the demand of our use of water is more. Why children? Because you think in everything, morning from brushing, taking a bath, cooking, washing utensils, washing clothes, washing your vehicles, for each and everything we need water. So it is increasing demand and the scarcity of water is decreasing. Sorry, water scarcity is increasing. Water scarcity is an outcome of large and growing population, agricultural needs. Just now, I said you, growing population. Children always remember whenever there is a what you can say, decrease in the availability of resources, whether it is land, soil, whatever you think. The main region is human being themselves. Okay, the growing population of human being has caused such, what you can say, deterioration in the availability of various resources. Industrialization and urbanization, I told you children, everything depends on the growing population. Population is increasing, demand is increasing, but we have less supply, so there is a scarcity for water. Why there is a need for managing? Why we need to manage the water, or why we need to conserve the water? To safeguard from health hazards, to ensure food security, for continuation of livelihoods, productive activities, to prevent degradation of ecosystem. Safeguard from health hazards. Now children, getting proper fresh water is very much important. So now you see, when we go to when we go to the market, we feel like having gupchup. Our parents says don't eat that. Why? The water is contaminated. Now if we'll have, or if we use contaminated water, it will lead to health hazard. So it is very much essential to have a safe water that is available to us, so that we can use, ensure food security. Now whatever we eat, everything that goes inside our stomach has water in it. So for food security, for better health, it is very much essential that we should manage water from getting polluted. For continuation of livelihoods, productive activities. Continuation of livelihood means daily livelihood that is going on in a individual's house. Now suppose in my house or your house, on a daily basis, whatever is going on, the use of water, that is the livelihood. Productive activities, now we have industries, production is being done, we have farming, we have cattle rearing activities, everywhere water is required. So in order to have the continuation of such things, it is very essential that we should have a control over the water, and we should protect the water from being getting polluted. To prevent degradation of ecosystem. Now when I say about ecosystem, it is a cycle children. Okay, so ecosystem, we have living organisms also. So for them, to prevent them from degrading, it is important for us to manage the water. Next children is your natural vegetation and wildlife. Now when I say natural vegetation, is all about flora. Flora means about the plant kingdom, and wildlife is the animal kingdom. Now natural vegetation means, the first thing that should come into our mind is forest. The vegetation or the trees that grow by nature, grow by their own. We don't go and give water the plants, they grow of their own. Forest is a large area of land covered with natural vegetation. Wildlife refers to wild animals. Resources, everything available by the environment that satisfy our needs. So you must be thinking how wildlife and natural vegetation are resources. Now in this third point, you can see it is written, resources are everything available by the environment to satisfy our needs. So satisfy our needs. Now natural vegetation children, now let me give one small example. At your home we use matchbox, matchsticks. Those come from trees. Yes or no? So they are grown, we get it from trees, na? So they also act as a resource for us. Wildlife, from wildlife, how we get benefited. Now see, the ecosystem, the biodiversity, so should move on. There are medications where, like elephant dung, elephant potty, you can say, that is used for various medicinal values. So children, whether it is natural vegetation or wildlife, they plays a important resource to our life. Various species of plants and animals are in India. Yes, India is a vast country. We have various relief features. Even plant and animals present in India are vast. Biodiversity, variety of different types of life found on earth. Just now I told, in order to have a maintain of the ecosystem of the biodiversity, now we have living organism, we have animals, we have plants, we have human beings. So this is the whole biodiversity of living organisms or life. Forest is important natural resource of the earth. In the first slide, as I told, natural vegetation is the forest that large area is covered with. Now it is a natural resource. I told natural vegetation is something that we don't grow it. They grow by their own. We have variety of natural vegetation. So children, see, population is growing, our demand is increasing. Now I want to build a industry. So what will I do? I'll evacuate a vast area where this natural vegetation is there. I'll demolish or deforest that area and build my industry. So in that way, I'm hampering the natural vegetation. Now, if such thing happens, what will happen? Global warming will occur. So children, to have a balance in the environment, it is very essential for us to safeguard the natural vegetation also. And how we safeguard this natural vegetation? You must be knowing about various forests, like we have Jim Corbett National Park, we have Kaziranga National Park, various national parks in India, even we have in other countries also. These national parks are natural vegetation only. That is all about natural vegetation and wildlife, these natural parks. Why these are set up by the government? Why? To have a proper balance between the, or in the proper balance in the environment. Okay, so these national parks are made by the government to check or to have a control over the uh, mm, decrease in the natural vegetation and wildlife. Next is why there is causes of depletion of flora and fauna. Now flora is natural vegetation or the plant kingdom, fauna is the wildlife. Obtaining resources directly or indirectly from forest and wildlife, expansion of agricultural land, industrialization and urbanization, grazing and fuel wood collection, large scale developmental projects. I gave you example just now that I want to build an industry. What will I do? I'll buy a piece of land where such kind of trees or naturally grown trees are there. That land, what will I do? I'll evacuate it, I'll deforest it, I'll build up my industry. So this is how children, the land are being the natural vegetation are being depleting. Expansion of agricultural land. Now I want to take acres of land and do a farmhouse where I'll grow few certain plants. So there what happens? For that expansion, again natural vegetation is being cut out. Industrialization and urbanization. You ask your grandparents about Bhubaneswar, it was used to be a very small place. Slowly, due to increase in population and for the development of the urbanization, now everywhere you go, each land, you will see big houses or apartments are being stood up, are being made up. Why? By cutting down of these trees only. Before it used to be only land and all type of vegetation, but now we are cutting it out and making the land vacant, and we are building up and constructing of buildings. Grazing and fuel wood collection. Yes, overgrazing of animals also lead to depletion of the flora and the fauna. Fuel wood collection. Now in villages, people used to, they don't use much of gas. They use wooden, the old method of cooking, like they need wood as fuel. What they do, they go to the forest, they cut down trees. In this way also natural vegetation are depleting. Large scale developmental projects. So now as I also told you that when we need to develop a industry or a mining or a big factory, what we do, generally it is done in the city. No, always it is done in the outskirts of the city. So outskirts of the city means there are plants grown naturally, trees are available. So what we do, suppose there is a piece of land, ऐसे ही पेड़ वहां पे उग गए हैं, so what they do, they buy that land, they cut down all the trees and they build up buildings. So in this way, large scale developmental projects are being done. Hunting, poaching, environmental pollution, forest fires, etc. Yes, killing of animals also leads to decrease in the wildlife resources. Forest fire, you will see basically in South Africa, if you see in internet and all, they have big forest during summer, or you must have heard in Odisha in some places also, forest fire. In forest, the fire, due to increase in heat, the fire caught in the forest, and the forest get burns up. So in that case, forest fire also helps in the depletion of the flora and the fauna. Now see children, if there is no forest, now wildlife or the animal kingdom, they stay in the forest only. Now if we'll cut down forest also, the home of these animals are also getting depleted. So in that way, the animal kingdom get extinct and the wildlife also get depleted. Because of the evacuation of natural vegetation, since natural vegetation is a habitat or a home for wildlife, so if we cut down such natural vegetation or deforest this natural vegetation, it also hampers the wildlife. Children, since there is a depletion or decrease in such thing, we need to conserve the forest and the wildlife. Okay, we have given an example of India. Not only in India but also all over, whether it is USA, Canada, South Africa, wherever you talk, it is very important for us to conserve. Conservation preserves the ecological diversity, interactions between organism and environment, preserve the genetic diversity of plants for better growth, establishment of national wildlife parks. Main focus is to create a biodiversity for plants and animals. I told you children, natural vegetation is something that helps in the balance of the environment, balance between the environment and the organism. And also forest plays a important role in the life of wildlife. How? It is home, it is shelter for wildlife. So it is very essential for us to maintain that. So it is essential for us to conserve. I give you example, like government has established various national parks so that the natural vegetation, the wildlife can be maintained, the ecological diversity or the ecosystem can be maintained. Now when we say about ecological, now see, there are herbivorous, there are herbivorous animal, there are carnivorous animal, so they depend on each other for the life cycle. Okay, some like elephant depend on plants, lion depends on deer, small rabbits, and other animals, small animals that are available in the forest. So in this way, the balance between in the ecology is maintained. So it is essential that we should preserve both the mm, flora and the fauna kingdom, or the plant and the animal kingdom, because each of them need each other, and we are the main cause, means the human beings are the main cause for which these are being getting depleted, and we are also the reason. So who can conserve the such thing, because we have the knowledge, we have the ability to do that. So it is essential for us also to conserve. So children, thank you so much. This was all about your second chapter, in which we read about land as a resource, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. This was children an overview. Kindly go through your book, read the chapter thoroughly. If there is any doubt, we can clear it in the school. Once school reopens, we can clear it. And children, one more thing, we completed chapter 1 previously. Now we are completing chapter 2. Kindly do the exercises by your own. Only the question answer part, you have to do it in your copy and submit it. Okay. Thank you children.